What's going on, natural bodybuilding world? John Bossy here, covering the IFPA Pro USA and the California Natural Muscle Mayhem. I'm here with two of 3DMJ's top prep coaches, Alberto Nunez and Brad Loomis. And we're just going to recap a little bit about how the show went today, maybe talk about some highlights, competitors that stood out, some of their athletes, things like that. Let's just kind of start with general reflections. Alberto.
I think, like always, around here anyways, it's like a little holiday. Everyone around here looks forward to the show. Yep. And like every year, it lived up to all the expectations and then some.
Very cool. Brad, what's your general take?
Well, I always call it the Super Bowl. You know, it's like you get all the best of the top two of all the local shows that are around here, and they all come here. And so, you know, stat competition, I mean, shoot, you finish top 5 here, it's a win.
Definitely. So I'd say probably some of your notable athletes that competed today. We had Kevin Reilly, Chris Lovato, Matt Ogus. Actually, even you have another client. His last name's skipping me, but Chris. He also looked really good in the lightweights. Talk a little bit about them and what it's been like getting them ready.
You know, I think, and we brought up Ogus, and I think that was another cool thing about this show is that, you know, you could really feel contemporary bodybuilding in that audience, you know. It's like the next generation, the YouTube generation, if there's a better term for that. But, you know, and all that hype, just I think this show was already a big deal around here, but it was that much bigger now. Yeah, our athletes did well, and I think the Ogus effect was definitely felt here. Ogus, you did awesome, and I think he's a great ambassador for the sport. It's just what it needs, I think, to, you know, blow up and not going to be mainstream, but get a little bit closer to that.
Sure. And Brad, I know you guys have a really good young female bodybuilder on the team. Maybe you can talk a little bit about what she's done and where she's going.
Well, yeah, and there again, you know, it's a Super Bowl here. Cynthia Weldon, she's won basically the overall in her last 2 shows. Came here, was very competitive. I don't know exactly where she placed, but I don't think it was top 3. But that just goes to show you the level of competition that comes to this show, you know. And there again, you know, we're kind of, like Berto just touched on, we're kind of, it seems like at least we're chauffeuring in this next generation of young bodybuilders, you know, that are coming up. And I think it's exciting. I think it's really exciting that we've got, you know, this level of talent. And it's you know, all natural, you know, and it's really good that we can kind of have those masses now, you know.
Sure. So obviously Kevin Reilly, I guess, is going to be moving into the pro ranks. Did you have any clients today competing in the pros? Or?
Yeah, we had 2. We had David Kenny, who came, I believe he's all the way out in Georgia, and then Craig Toth, who's out in Idaho. Okay. So we had two pros up there, and, you know, I get to live vicariously through them. So especially Toth. Toth was a last-minute addition to the team. But they both did great. Toth looked his best ever, and then David Kenny has a really promising future. So he was top 5, I believe. Yeah, he was 5th place. And then we asked him, it was like, dude, so how much older are these guys than you? And I think he's like 23 or 24. You know, it's like Marshall Johnson's like you times 2 and then some. You know, so he has a bright future. Really looking forward to seeing what he does in these next few years.
Awesome. So looking forward, do we have David or Kevin or anyone like that slated for shows later this year? Either you can comment on that if you.
You know, I don't really know, to be honest with you. I know that Kevin is a busy dude. I mean, he's got 4 kids, very demanding job. We had to kind of pull strings to get him to come here, you know, to compete because he's very deserving. So I don't really know what, you know, his future is, and in fact, Alberto may know better than I.
Yeah, they need him in Montana to fight off grizzlies, so he might be. That's what he does for a living, believe it or not. No, yeah, so he's a family man first, and this was definitely the treat for Dad. But it was really good to you know, get his name out there, and especially on a platform like this, and, you know, let the IFPA know what's coming. And I think, yeah, I'm scared.
Yeah. I think we all are. So moving kind of back over to some of the other pros, you know, they're our top guys, so Chris and Suba and Moji. Just, I don't know, reflections on what they brought or what you've seen from them before versus tonight?
You know, I always watch the lightweights. I love the lightweights, and those boys brought it. And I think from the get-go, it was between Moji and Marshall, you know, and Marshall brings that conditioning. I mean, it's just, remember him at the Jordan Cup. I'm like, wow, Rico might not be the leanest dude here. That blew my mind. And then Moji's just so balanced amongst the whole criteria that, you know, it was quite the show. And anyone who got to see this show, I mean, that was a world-class lineup in the show in July. So, yeah, my lightweights represented. Heavyweights were humongous. You feel like you took a wrong turn at the NPC Nationals or something, but just quality athletes and 18 athletes in all, I believe. Yeah, so that was awesome.
Brad, were you here for the pros in the morning?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. You know, and you just see a stacked lineup like that, and it even makes other pro shows, you know, kind of look like this is the Super Bowl, you know, of pro shows. And it's very motivating, you know. I mean, me, myself, I can't wait to get my butt spanked by these guys next year, because it's just, you know, just to stand on that stage is, you know, a big accomplishment.
So sticking with the IFPA, obviously all the federations are kind of starting to heat up here coming into the fall shows, but what are shows that you're kind of got on your mind, and, you know, some good matchups you see coming up?
September is in KC. That's always a big one. Cape Cod is always real promising. So those two shows kind of give you a preview of what's going to happen at the Yorton. And, you know, to tell you the truth, I'm almost more excited about the KC than the Yorton itself, and kind of sort of because I know who's competing at that show. I'm not supposed to say anything, but it's going to be a really good one. So watch out for that one, folks.
Awesome. Maybe if you don't mind, Brad, giving a little bit of love to figure, I guess. Was there anyone that jumped out to you in figure tonight, either in the pros or the open? Any comments on that?
Well, you know, Chrissy's just looking unbeatable right now. I mean, third year in a row. I think it was a very deserving placing. You know, it's going to be hard to topple her off the top of the mountain. That short figure lineup was just incredible. I mean, it's kind of like you could have gone 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. You're a symmetry buff, you're probably going to go with Brendan. You know, me, I'm kind of more of a conditioning guy. I would go with Amanda, but you almost can't go wrong there. You know, it's like you just got to go with what the panel of judges say. And either the majority of them are going to be conditioning folks, or the majority of them are going to be symmetry folks. But man, that was a tight battle, and that prejudging was very, very exciting to watch. And I think both of them, both Brendan and Amanda, you know, they've got bright futures in these natural bodybuilding ranks, because, I mean, in my opinion, that battle almost stole the show.
Very cool. So 3DMJ took home a little award of recognition tonight for coaches. You talk about? Did you know that was coming, or
didn't know that was coming? Not at all. And thank you, Bob. Thank you, Tina. That was really awesome. Totally unexpected, and we appreciate you guys and what you guys do here as well. Yeah, can't speechless about that one, dude.
Sure. I mean, obviously you guys have seen it time and time again. The awesome event they put on here. This is my first time seeing it, but definitely first class. And, you know, to have athletes coming in from overseas. Some of the presentations they gave to you, some of the other awards they gave out, the sponsors, the venue, the whole bit. Really awesome show. Any of you that are out there that have had this on your bucket list, I would highly recommend it. Just an awesome group of people out here, awesome competition to compete in. I think we're going to wrap things up. Let's go ahead with final words, final reflections. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thank you for being here, and you know, thank you for the coverage and everything, and thank you for, you know, your support of natural bodybuilding as well. You know, we really appreciate the donations that you make and the products that you supply, and you know, it's really exciting to see where natural bodybuilding is going to go, and I can't wait to see what the next 10 years are going to hold, just to see what it's come in the last 10 years. It's very exciting.
Yep. Awesome. Berto, final thoughts?
Yeah, same thing. This sport's just getting ridiculous in a good way, and the last decade has been crazy, so I can't wait for the next decade. I mean, at some point, I'm just going to be obsolete as an athlete. That's what I feel like, and then just like the gene pool's growing bigger and bigger, but it's getting that much better. And as a fan, I'm always going to be involved with the sport in one way or another, so I can't wait. Yeah.
A big part of that growth, I would definitely say, is due to awesome prep coaches like I got right here on both sides, Brad and Alberto Nunez of Team 3DMJ. So be on the lookout for the coming IFPA Pros shows that we discussed. A lot of good athletes coming up, and Inside Natural Bodybuilding will be there when we can to get the coverage for you. Until next time, this is John Bossy here at the IFPA Pro USA, California Natural Muscle Mayhem with Inside Natural Bodybuilding. Thanks for watching.